Okay, so this is my review of the Crosman M4-177. And just to give you a quick look, it's a multi-pump pneumatic. It's recommended 3 to 10 pumps. It's all made of plastic. It weighs about 4 pounds. Very low, no recoil, virtually no recoil at all. It's rated about 600 feet per second. But I've seen other reviews with the cronies, and it looks like it's in reality it's a little lower. It shoots BBs and pellets. Although I only shoot BBs from it. I don't use pellets. I mean, I only shoot pellets. I do not use BBs. And it's based off of the Crosman 760 Pump Master. So when you first get it, the sights are not attached. So all you do is you just screw them in like this. Twist them, unscrew them by hand, and the rear sight is a peephole with 2 different aperture sizes. You got one here, one there. One's bigger, one's smaller. I always use a small one. I don't shoot a very long range, so it's better. And the front here. Okay, we look at that. And it's always best to keep your sights on the weaver rail here. There's one here, here, and on the pumping handle also. And I keep them in the very rear of the weaver rail, just so I know they're in the same place all the time. So if I take them off and put a scope and I put them back on, I have a reference point of where I always put them. You can put them up here wherever you want, but just try to keep them in the same place always. So when you sight it in, you don't always have to re-sight it. Okay, and the knobs here where you turn them to tighten them, they should go on the right hand side of the gun. And it's always good like that, because in case you need to set the gun down, you can always set it down on the left side. You don't if you have one one way, one the other way, it can possibly loosen it and your sight will be off. Has an adjustable stock, so from here push this and it extends, and it has 4 different positions. This is 1, furthermost 2. It's like I'm missing the other one. There you go, this one, and then down. So of course I always use it here. I'm pretty big, long arm, so it feels good like this. Using it like this, it's way too short. That's another feature I liked. I liked the design. I like the pumping handle. Very accurate. And just to show you how BBs are loaded, you load them into the reservoir here, and then once you load all your BBs, you push this forward, this retaining, and then you load them into the magazine by just shaking it and making sure they all fall in. So you'll see them right here when they all come in. Then you push that back, and then you're ready to shoot your BBs. Pellets are loaded one by one with the pellet clip, which I will give you a closer look at that right now, just up close to see how you can do it. Okay, so here's the pellet clip. Looks like this. And the way you load it, get your pellets, and this part with the groove faces forward, so you load them like this, and they just snap into place. And you load them downward with this part with the groove in the front facing forward, and you load them forward like that. And it's good to use wad cutter, or pointed or not, hollow point, because they fit in. Some other ones they may not fit right, by chance. So that's what it looks like when it's loaded. They're all ready to go. And this is the tool it came with to adjust the front sight. Very simple little thing. So I gave you a close-up look on how to load the pellets. So now I'll show you how to load the gun and fire them. Okay, so first, you see here, this is where the clip loads into. So the first thing you do, make sure the safety's on. This bolt here, pull it back, and you see the arm inside, pushes back. And then I'm going to use an empty clip just so I can shoot it inside. You know, I can dry fire it, but when you have this loaded, you put your clip in with the groove facing forward, and you push it in until you hear a click. It indexes itself. It gets in place. So there's like little notches in there. Then once you do that, you push it forward, and then it's ready to be pumped. So the easiest way I found to pump it is to hold it like this, vertically. Let me show you on this side. Hold it like this, vertically. Pump it like this. I'm just going to do 3 times just so I can dry fire it. As opposed to holding it like this and trying to pump it like that. It's way easier to hold it vertically, grab it from here, and pump like this. It's way easier. So I'm just going to dry fire it. And then once you take your first shot, you pull the bolt back again, and you push in the magazine, the clip right here, to the next slot. And it locks in place, and you push the bolt forward, and then you just repeat the process, which I'll show you one more time. From here, you're going to pump it 3 times so you can shoot inside. Safety's off, and it's ready to shoot. And now I'm going to go to the backyard and just do 5 shots to see what kind of a grouping I can get at about 10 meters. So let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to do 5 shots, about 10 meters. Again, I'll be using Diabolo Basic Wad Cutter 7 grain. And let's see how I do. Okay, pretty good grouping. Looks like they're all, my sights are off a little bit to the right, but as you can see, they're all within the quarter. So very accurate gun. I'm sure if I adjusted it I could have got them mostly all in the center. But look at these three right here, pretty much they're all touching, they made one single hole. So overall very accurate gun. And I also just gave it 5 pumps just so I can do it a little faster, and so I don't have, I don't want to be shooting full power at this pellet trap at this distance. So there's a shooting test. Okay, so lastly, there's not much cleaning to do. Just wipe it down, and it's best to get pellet gun oil, as I mentioned other places, and just to put it in here, 1 drop here, 1 drop here, in all the moving parts. You just want to put it in there to make sure this stays lubricated and all the moving parts, don't get rusted up. There's not much anything to do it. You don't really put it in there at all. And that's pretty much it with the pellet gun oil and maintenance. Like I said, just wipe it down, do that. If you want, you can insert cleaning rods in here, but it's not suggested because you can damage the crown right here. So I wouldn't really suggest doing that. And this, this you don't really need to do it. It's pneumatic, so not a lot of stuff is going on in there. Just simple pellet dust, but it's not a big deal. It should last. And I think that I covered everything I wanted to show you about the gun. It's very accurate, as you see on the shooting test, which I'll do. Very light, very easy to shoot. Very love the design. I put a scope on there, and it's even more accurate. And sights are okay. You have to get used to it because it's a peephole. It's not like the other ones, so that takes a little while getting used to also. Adjustable stock is great. It's easy to pump. It's not that hard as other guns are. And overall, I think it's really good, really cool for your first pump rifle, for your first rifle period, just so you can get used to pumping and seeing how pellets work and things like that. I think this is a great first pump action gun, and it's relatively low priced for what it does. And overall, just a good gun. And that'll conclude my review. Thanks.